Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. Forsaken is less than 24 hours away and the hype is very real. I want my Wish Ender and my Spectral Blades right now. Anyways, we will soon be hunting down Uldren across the Tangled Shore and unlocking the doors to the Dreaming City, where we will be uncovering all of the game's most coveted loot. Now, alongside all of that awesome will be the ever-present climb to maximum power. 50 is the new level cap, but the power cap is what actually defines your effectiveness in battle. In Forsaken, our sights are set at 600. That's the new power cap, and Bungie has repeatedly assured us that achieving it will be no easy feat. They probably haven't met gigs. But anyways, I thought it would be a good idea to put together a little launch eve power leveling guide just to help usher you along. There might be some fresh faces out there, so this is meant as more of a general path if you want to be more efficient with your grind. I will be the first one to tell you that unless you're looking to complete the raid within the first 24 hours, you really don't need to worry about this guide at all. Just go and have fun playing the game. The rewards will come. But again, if you want to have a base guideline in the back of your mind, this video will go over the soft cap stuff as well as the currently known sources of powerful gear to help you get to 600. If you find it useful, then a like is definitely appreciated, and definitely be sure to share it with your friends and clannies as they might find it useful too. Also, I'm going to be posting lots of Forsaken content this week, so be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up on everything Forsaken. Anyways, let's jump into it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to notice as soon as you start playing Forsaken is that the gear will drop at your power or higher for the most part. This is from all activities, including Crucible, Strikes, Gambit, Story Missions, Adventures, Public Events, everything. The nice thing about this phase of your power climb is that you can literally do whatever you want. Play whatever activities you like. If you're in a fire team, make sure everyone pops one of those fire team medallions. That's going to definitely help you out quite a bit. Now, most of the gear in this phase is going to be blue or rare quality, but you will start getting purples or legendaries pretty soon after. The game will assess the highest possible power that your character can be when deciding the power that it will drop the gear at. So you don't necessarily have to even be wearing your highest power gear. In fact, it can even be in your vault. The game will go ahead and assess that automatically before giving you your rewards. At a certain point, you will notice that you stop gaining power from normal drops. Congratulations, you just hit the soft cap. This is literally meant to slow down your progress. However, at this point, you will be ready for some of the endgame activities, at least the ones that will grant you rewards to take you beyond the soft cap. Now, after reaching the soft cap, you will now only attain additional power from powerful gear rewards. Know this term well because you will hear it a lot and it'll be your best friend as you climb to max power. As of the release of Warmind, the current soft cap before the release of Forsaken is 340, and the current hard cap, despite a few sources of 400 gear, is technically still 385. Now, removing legendary mods, that's about a gap of 40 power. For Forsaken, I believe that that gap is going to be much larger. We don't actually know the soft cap in Forsaken, but I will be making a follow-up video to this one once it is discovered, in addition to any other tips and tricks on how to get beyond that power cap. My guess is that the soft cap will be between 400 and 450 power. This might make the climb to 600 seem longer than normal, but remember that most of your sources of powerful gear are now on a 4-day reset instead of a weekly one. This means that you'll have access to more powerful gear more often. So how do you get powerful gear? For the most part, it's the same as it was in year 1, except they are no longer in the milestones tab, as you might have noticed this week. And for the most part, these items will appear as yellow stars on the director, and they are called challenges. Other sources may also appear as items inside of your milestones tab as rewards for completing missions or quests. The idea is that you want to save all of these powerful rewards until the end to when you reach the soft cap with normal drops. Otherwise, you waste their potential to take you beyond the soft cap. Now, this assumes that the soft cap is going to be easily attainable within the first 4 days. If not, then at least try to hold off as long as you can, but make sure to at least finish those activities before the end of that 4-day cycle. In this first week, that reset will be Saturday at 10 AM Pacific. Now, to help, let's quickly go over those sources of powerful gear. So the most obvious sources of powerful gear will be the ones that you remember. This includes the Flashpoint, Crucible, Gambit, Heroic Story Playlist, Clan XP, Heroic Adventures, Strikes, and Nightfall. These should all be super obvious as they're all going to have yellow markers on the director. Now, if you are holding off as long as you can in the week, it's important to remember that not all of these sources will be held at the vendor. You might get them for just completing the activity. The ones we know for sure that are going to the vendors is the Flashpoint and Clan XP. My guess is that Gambit is also part of this list, that you'll have to actually go to the Drifter inside of the tower to get the powerful engram, but all of the other ones, at least the ones that we have access to right now, will be rewarding that powerful gear at the end of that run. So that's pretty much Heroic Adventures and Nightfall. You'll get those sources of powerful gear immediately after finishing the activity. It'll drop directly to you. Now, another distinction seems to be between these sort of daily challenges that pop up that have a sort of smaller star to them. Not really sure what the distinction is quite yet, but we will be learning a lot more starting tomorrow. But these will be popping up throughout the week, and they will immediately drop their rewards to your inventory. Now, the reason this was kind of important was because you can kind of do these activities ahead of time and leave the rewards at the vendor, let them cook, and they'll continue to scale up with you as you climb power with normal sources of gear. That would allow you to wait as long as you can before grabbing them at the end to get you a huge boost. Now, aside from these activities, the other source of powerful gear is exotic engrams. Bungie has confirmed that exotic gear will be dropping at or above your current power, so that is pretty exciting. Now, next up, we have a few sources that have not been confirmed but have a very good potential of dropping powerful gear, and that is any Year 1 campaign, any Year 1 world quest, and any Year 1 pursuits that you have yet to complete. Other than that, Bungie has confirmed that there will be hidden sources of powerful gear, especially in the Dreaming City. You can expect any Year 2 quests, pursuits, and campaigns to also reward powerful gear, so you want to hold off on these as long as you can. Then, of course, is the raid. Now, we don't know what the reward structure will look like for the raid, but that will be your final source of powerful gear. Raids, again, are on a weekly lockout, not a 4-day lockout, so remember that. Now, there's a couple of tips that I want to give you in addition to that. First up, if there is an activity that seems a little bit more difficult, like let's say if you want to go on doing some strikes, maybe pick the 500 level strikes instead of the 400 level strikes. If you do activities that are beyond your power level, it will grant you larger boosts of power. So if, for instance, you're with a good fire team and you want to take on, like, let's say the Blind Well a little too early, I would say go ahead and give it a shot. If you manage to come out the other end successfully, then you might have something to show for it, maybe a boost of 4 to 5 power. Now, my other tip is, it's going to be hard, but try to resist the urge to infuse higher power items into your current arsenal, especially if you're working towards the soft cap. I know it's going to be hard, I know you love your Crimson, but it's going to really save on some resources, and hey, you might find some other weapons that you really love. Anyways, that brings us to the end of the video. I'm going to be making another more organized, more specific guide later on once we know all of the numbers for Forsaken. Besides that, be sure to leave any other hot power leveling tips down below that I might have missed. Let's share them and let's learn together. Also, if you are as hyped for Forsaken as I am, type out Death Heals Primeval in all caps down below. Tomorrow is going to be a glorious day, and I cannot wait to jump into this game and share all of my experiences with all of you. And speaking of which, if you want to watch me play Forsaken, you can join me over on Twitch every morning. I will be streaming every day this week, so be sure to follow me on Twitter if you want to know when I go live, or better yet, head on over to our Twitch channel and toss that crispy follow. Anyways, thanks for watching, happy gaming, and I will see you all next time.